Hey, good day to all my automotive aftermarket peoples around North America. It's Carm Capriato, another aftermarket weekly with a shop tour from, oh, look at who's there. It's Greg Buckley. Darn. Yeah. How cool it is.
You
Hey,
know,
thanks for coming with us, Greg, today.
not a problem. I'm always sneaking around in your studio somehow. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's good, and you're always sneaking around my texts and maybe
Exactly.
messenger and email, and
Yeah.
yeah. Well, but it's good stuff. It's always good stuff. Always.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
So we missed seeing your granddaughter. Unfortunately, they just went out for lunch, and I don't know if
Right.
anyone knows this, but Greg calls his granddaughter the
See,
CEO.
good
I
stuff.
love that.
It's the best marketing campaign I've ever done. It started when she was maybe less than a year, but she took on this photo that had
Yeah.
her arms crossed and she looked like that. And I go, that's a picture of a CEO right there. And
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, you,
So
you talk about engaging your customers, your community, and the fact that somebody's coming in and says, "So where's the CEO?"
all the
And
time,
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
I mean,
Yep.
it's
That's great.
brilliant. So let's put it this way: you're willing to share that idea with the rest of the world, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think I might patent or trademark that
Ah,
name right there. So
all right. Yeah, your granddaughter. I was out with my grandson and granddaughter last night too, and there's nothing like it, man. Hey, we're
nothing.
going to have a chance to see Greg's shop. Let's show you a picture of the new shop. And we're going to give you a little tease later. Greg and I did an episode number 785, the perfect second location. Well, there's the tease right there. Please go listen to that,
Mhm.
because what you're about ready to see and what Greg talked about in this episode, it's really a unique it's a unique story. It's a great story, by the way. And I love it. Now, I always said to Greg, so when do we get a chance to see this place that you told this great story about? Well, look, hey, we
Well,
want to thank Dorman so much for their continued support. The aftermarket is filled with companies that make replacement parts, but few invest in design, engineering, manufacturing, programming, and testing like Dorman. They are home to hundreds of mechanical, electrical, and manufacturing engineers spread out all across the globe who ensure every part that is produced meets rigorous industry standards for performance. To do this, Dorman utilizes cutting-edge technology and equipment to test fit, form, and functionality of all their parts. Some of these tests include rapid prototyping 3D models for fitment checks, tolerance testing on both mechanical and electronic components through salt fog and thermal heat and pressure testing. Dorman drives their dedication to their engineering by including their in-house programmers who write and test new software solutions. Solving for a problem is what powers the innovation engine at Dorman. Dorman invests in these OE innovations to help you save time, your customer money, and prevent vehicles from coming back to your shop. Hey, to learn more about Dorman's engineering process, visit dormanproducts.com/tour. Hey, if you're ever in the Philadelphia area or Colmar, PA, just email me, and for sure I can get you a tour of the Dorman headquarters. And I love going there because I always learn some new stuff there.
could I just say something? The Dorman product line. I mean, I know everybody. We're all scattered about it, but I can tell you that their loaded hubs are game changers. I mean, not to really pull a quick plug for these guys, but down here we've done a few sets of them, and they are absolute time savers, and they're on point with it. So kudos to Dorman for putting these things together. So
Well, thank you for wanting to come on and share your great location.
yeah.
I don't know if in the video you covered this, but one of the big takeaways that I had from episode 785 was, I think you called it LSD, right?
LSD, right?
Yeah, you had a
Lower, slower Delaware.
lower, slower Delaware, and
Right.
that's a really cool. I haven't forgotten that. I mean, if I think of you in that episode, all I think about
There you go.
is
LSD.
that, that was my
Ooh, man.
takeaway, and to me, the cool thing about that episode, and what you're a marketing guy, you're willing to share this stuff, and your big picture think is
Mhm.
you came from where you came from, in, if you will, northern Delaware to the southern part, which they call lower Delaware, and you had to learn and see and realize that there's a completely different way of life going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is lower, slower, or some people say slower, lower. But the people are much more relaxed down here, and it's a heavy base of retirees. So time, there's nothing, not a lot of pressure on time. Our client base down here is so different than the Wilmington store, where it's a little bit more high pressure. Got to have my car back. Timelines are a little bit more pressed. Here, you can have 2 or 3 days, sometimes maybe a week, sometimes even a few more weeks to get a job repaired, and it might be their second car or third car. They're
Yeah.
very gracious with their time. If you explain to them that, hey, look, parts might be a little bit of a snag here. The repair might take longer. That kind of stuff. So it's very comfortable.
5 months in,
Yeah,
five
five
months
months.
in, and you're gonna hit a record you never thought you would hit.
Never thought opening up. My projections were half of uh, where we're heading to. We should be over $1 million shop this calendar year by the looks of things. And I've got bigger numbers to look at for the preceding years, as long as we do the right things and build accordingly, staff properly, and I think we're on that path. I mean, I think the heavy lifting is a little bit over. Um, Needless to say, for my first grand opening under me actually starting a business down here, it's been quite an eye opener. I can't say that it was all um, rough in a sense. My experience and tenure helped me through a lot of things, but time back and forth, coordinating shops, getting the infrastructure of the business down. That's what our goal in 23 is, to really, really hone in with the help of our coaches and consultants to really, establish an enterprise, not a family mom and pop. And this is where we had to change our thinking. We're no longer, a small business in a sense, or a family business. We're like a family enterprise in a sense.
Sure,
And
sure.
that's a complete shift. So we now have to really step up a few things. We have to let the staff know that, hey, guys, this looks like this could be really good. We're going to be moving forward. And, if there are other opportunities in different areas, why not explore them? But the first thing is that we really got to focus on the nuts and bolts and the infrastructure and
Yeah, yeah.
the business processes. So that's where we're at.
So a quick question for you, and again, I
Mhm.
can't remember if we covered this in episode 785, but I know your son and son-in-law are engaged and involved with you in the business, and the rest of your team, great team.
Mhm.
But when you went down to lower, slower Delaware, got this
Mhm.
opportunity, I don't know, it's about an hour away from where you currently are, or is it a little longer?
Yeah, about an hour and 20
Okay.
minutes.
So I'm gonna ask a very simple question. Were you the
Mhm.
main guy to go down there and make this happen, right?
Yes,
The boys helped you, but you really drove that bus, right?
absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I've always been one who, if you need somebody to launch something, I'm usually that guy,
Raise your hand.
and
I know. So, but here's my
yeah.
question. Here's my question. Knowing all of your great experience and all the immersion in the
Mhm.
family business for all of those years, and to go
Mhm.
down there, did you feel like you were 20 years old again, but you had all this wisdom?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a claw back to your youth, but you've got 62 years of life underneath of you. So you could, like I said, the easy part of opening, like grabbing a staff. I was extremely fortunate to bring the young men in that we have here, and that was a big one. But even if I had opened up with just myself and one tech, a lube tech, I knew that this place would work. So I didn't have a high fear factor, no intimidation. I really just wondered, okay, what's my time going to be like, with the going back and forth with the logistics of everything. And once we got going, we had, I think we had maybe 2 months to do our due diligence and the plan and to say the what if. So once we knew we had a plan in place to either for supplies, parts, networking with our trade partners and our vendors,
Yeah.
um, we were able to come in very confidently, and I think it's proven itself quite well.
Greg, the team that you brought on early enough, I mean, I think you were telling me that you got, maybe not call it super lucky, but people that believed in you and came to work for you. Are they still there?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Every
Wow.
one of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like I explained in the other show we did, is that I was brutally honest with them. And during their interview process, I said, "Hey guys, I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do here. I mean, I'm sure we're going to beat the numbers because it's just simple, customer service. But if you're asking me if you're going to peg me to, this or that, I said, ain't going to work. I said, oh, we're going to. I'll guarantee you a salary to get us through this interim period." And yeah, they were fine because of the honesty and the transparency and their need and desire to change. They were both two men, Matt and Steve, who were looking for different opportunities for all the different reasons.
Yeah.
And meeting them, it was exceptional because they're high energy. Matt's very high energy. Steve is right there with him, and now we've got Jeremiah, and the attraction of this ball down here is taking place, and the maturity of what we have up in Wilmington. We have a staff of really well-honed technicians, controls, and we have all that. And down here, it's just different. And it's almost like a playground. I mean, the energy is different. We're a little younger down here for sure, and we're just a little bit inexperienced. So we have to watch our P's and Q's on what we take in and what we don't. But over this last month, we've started to challenge ourselves with different types of repairs that, okay, we might not have a lot of experience underneath of it, but we have enough aptitude and resources to get through it. And that's a big, a lift up for a lot of for the techs here. They challenged themselves, they got through it, and boy, it's just a big confidence builder.
That's great. Everyone knows Greg. He is, if you will, the king of social media, and you probably have 10 million followers. So if anyone wants any advice from this man, you know how to get a hold of him. I want to see this place. I'm dying to see this place. And of course, if you heard the last episode, there's this thing called a penthouse in this facility. And rumor has it that you actually took some pictures. You've got some video of that?
I do. Yes. I have some video of the penthouse.
All right. Are you ready to see this?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. All right.
Okay, Carm. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks again for letting me do this little quick tour of Buckley's South. We call it Buckley's in Millsboro. Buckley's Auto Care in Millsboro. So look, on the outside of the house, that's right, it is a house, but we're getting it decorated for Christmas here. And we have it all around. Of course, our little open sign. We had a little display right in this area here, but the wind just took it away. So look, I'm just gonna walk around real quick, okay? And we've got, just a lot of construction going on around us. We've got houses going up all the way around back. By the way, this is about a 3/4 acre property that this building sits on, and we're really happy with it. And we come around here, got some scrap tires. We've got, you can see the big old backhoes back there, getting ready to start digging some more trenches and some more sewer. Everything over here. All right, so we're really happy to be here. Started in July. Now, just in those quick months, we've really shot up the revenue numbers, and we're doing great. It's looking pretty good. Got a great crew. So why don't we come on in and check out the crew and see what's on the inside? All right. So hope everybody's doing well out there, getting ready for holidays. Anyway, we got a new shed pad, a shed coming in for storage, taking down the fence, and then we'll get up to the penthouse in just a little bit. Okay. I'm also playing with a new gib for my camera, so if I get out of sorts, don't worry about it. Anyway, okay, so this is bay 5, all right? And so this is our largest bay. It, if I can get up there, see, it goes all the way. It's about 20 feet high, I think. And we come around, And we have our Hunter aligner, of course. And we have all of our somewhat stock that we have. And now, for just starting up, one of the weird things is this is truly a startup for me. My first one that I'm doing on my own after all these decades. But, you got to start somewhere. So we're doing the best we can to keep things organized, keep things in check, and actually continue to work, operate, and grow the business. So our counter area is here. You can see it's our little kitchen. Coffee, microwave. It's definitely old school. Some water. Returns, supplies, and there's our main man Jackson.
Hello.
Hey Jackson, how you doing?
Good.
All right. So Jackson's handling our service advisor and basically service manager role right now. So he's come on board out of Virginia. So doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job. Anyway, this is our lovely waiting area that we don't really encourage anybody to wait on. And then we go over here, and we're going to go over to the next two bays all over. And you can see tire machine, balancer, compressor, tech station, boxes, all over. It's worked. It's very serviceable. And we've got storage up above. Let's see if we can get it in there. Yeah. All right. All right. And then we go into our little powder room. Not much. Clean. Serviceable. We don't have gold-plated handles, but what are you going to do? It's a startup, okay? So anyway, we'll go over these two bays. And then we're going to come over here to our other two bays and meet some of the other crew. So here we go, guys. All right, this is the other two bays, basically where we hold a lot of heavier mechanical, right? And you can see we got two jobs ongoing. We got a full timing belt, valve adjustment on this Honda, and we got brakes going on this Durango right here. And let's see here, who we got up here? We've got the rest of the crew. You're gonna meet the crew, right? Okay, here we are. All right, here we are, guys. You can say hi to Carm and everybody out there.
Hey,
all right, we got Matt, we've got Jake, we got Steve, we got Jeremiah, we got Lucian, okay? And that's a power pack crew, let me tell you something. These guys are dynamite, they're ready to go. Jake, you're in school, right?
Yeah.
High school? All right, where at?
Sussex Central High School.
All right, okay, and we're getting into automotive. And then Lucian,
Yeah.
you're where?
At Del Tech.
Del Tech, all right. See that? Learning the trade. But we got them going on here. All right, Matt, where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
There you go.
Graduated Lincoln Technical Institute, automotive technician. Worked for a few years, and now I'm down in the best car company we can be a part of.
There you are, man. And yeah, I did pay him to say that. No. Steve, what we got, man?
I'm Steve.
There you
I'm
go.
originally from Denton, Maryland. Lived down here for the last 7 years in Del Mar. Spent several years doing used cars and service work here and
Yeah.
there, alignments, and now here we
are.
Here we are doing this.
Jeremiah, we gotta get Jeremiah. Jeremiah,
What's up, Jeremiah? Born in Maine, raised between there and Connecticut. Came down here. Greg and Matt, Steve took me under their wing. This is my first time learning automotive stuff, and I'm having a blast.
there you go. And he's doing great too.
Hey, listen, I got to stop, Greg. This has been great so far, but my curiosity wants to know: do we have interns or apprentices here?
We have, I would call Jeremiah an intern, and the other two young boys like apprentices, or actually flip that around. The two boys are in school. They're, let's see, Lucian is first year of college program at Del Tech, and Jake is a senior at the Sussex Tech program. Both have, they've done great. They come in, the two young boys come in part-time. And like you saw with Matt will take them over. Now they hover over, they may assist in certain procedures. And that's as far as they go. They may do an oil change, a tire, but now Jeremiah had some background with small engines and basically handyman services and stuff. And when he came in, we really needed a lube tech. That's when Jeremiah came in, and we got him doing that. Now we're slowly building him up, and we've got them all. I got them all on the AVI, the CTI programs. So they're getting their information. I mean, I'm feeding them
They're
all
learning.
of the learning
Yeah.
tools as possibly can. We've been to, let's see, I don't, Jeremiah was more. Now Steve and Matt were with me at ASTE. Well, excuse me, Steve wasn't. He was sick, but Matt was, and Jackson. They were at ASTE. They learned a hell of a lot. Great time. And we're getting ready to go in January. All of us are heading up to a local training event on basic electrical testing and stuff through ATG. So we're feeding them as much as possible, as much as they're willing to take in, and then keeping them busy. So it's been good.
Can't get better than that. Thank you for your commitment. I hope you all heard Greg took some of his people to ASTE, and we as an industry cannot do enough of that. Let's go back to the video.
A little bit about yourself.
I'm Jackson. I'm Greg's nephew. I'm from Virginia. I moved down here when did I move down? September? I think. Started in September. I got some customer service experience. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm
He's learning the ropes.
new to the area and
new to the industry.
New to the industry, so I'm learning a lot. It's been challenging, but we're managing, and we got the man over here, so making it that much easier for us.
And I did
Another
pay him to
quick
say
question,
that too.
Greg.
Right.
Family, I get it. No automotive background. So how are you working that out? Where's the training coming from?
Definitely, as far as like ASTE, he took some classes with
Okay.
Cecil Bullard.
Okay.
He was really impressed with Cecil's methods, and he actually follows him pretty good. The online version where he's going for his ASE service advisor test, we're preparing him for that. And his background, he has a marketing degree from Ole Miss that he helps me out. We'll talk about some things that we can do, but he's really on point.
Great.
It's I just looked at it. It was funny because, as you can see, every one of my crew members is very fresh, very new, but one thing that they have is attitude. It's infectious. They feed off of it. It's a very there's a lot of camaraderie here.
Yeah.
Jackson, it's a prime example. Doesn't know much, but you know what? The experience that I've been able to have, and I'm now able to share it and really help mentor them. And same way with Wilmington. Wilmington is the same way. They're just more mature, and now they've got it together. Perfect? No way. But that's what business is. Every day is different. You got to keep trying, and you got to keep learning.
Work hard every day, learn something new every day. I get it. You brought up Cecil's name. We're going to be at the Institute Summit, January 31st through February 3rd in St. Petersburg. If you're going, do me a favor. Make sure you stop and say hello to us. It's wearetheinstitute.com is how you can get a chance to get down there to the Institute Summit. Let's go back to the video.
So look, let's get upstairs, and I got a few minutes left to show you the penthouse. And it clearly is a penthouse. Right, that's what. If you know Patty, anyway, she we decided to name it the penthouse because it's a really great lofty type apartment. And let's see if we can get ourselves in here real quick. All right, let's go. Okay, and I'm just getting back here. So anyway. So you can see this is it. Little kitchen, dinette area, and everything here. Now we put our decorations that we're blowing around. Anyway, this is my place, our place anyway, for so I can live here. And that's part of the, as I said on another episode, it is it came with the deal. So that way it was much better and more easier for me to hang out. So again, bathroom, everything's we got painting to do, we got everything to do, clean up. Here's our living quarters up in the loft area, and we really like the space. it's it's pretty cool. Sounds weird. Yeah, it's different, but that's what makes this place unique. It's 2,000 square feet. We have a bedroom. We are putting a floor in. We're putting a floor and finishing it up. We start this weekend. This will be the third bedroom, which is cool. And over here, of course, got the TV, couches, AC over here. Little knockouts for some area. We got one bedroom. That's pretty complete. But Patty comes in, she decorates it, and here's our master bedroom, which is pretty large. Really cool. A lot of room to make it like a beach house, and that's what we're using it for. Actually, the kids can come down, split some time, and have some fun. Of course, washer and dryer behind the covered wall here. But so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the tour, both upstairs and downstairs. Really appreciate the time, Carm, and I hope everybody out there is doing well and getting ready for Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everything goes with it. All right, I'll see you. Thanks,
you,
Carm.
Greg. Listen, this is the coolest. It really is. I can see how you were romanced not only by the facility, if you will, the beach house, but it seems like a very new and modern facility. I mean, yeah, you probably want to fix it up a little bit, but it really looked very functional.
Yeah, it really is. We were really we were blown away by what we saw as the potential, what the whole building could be. Now, there are some things that there's some infrastructure stuff that we have to do. We do need insulation. We could probably use some better wiring, and the HVAC unit could be a little bit better. Now, downstairs in the bay here, yeah, we need heat that we have to get in here. So these things, I mean, there's some. It's still pay. I mean, it's still a great deal.
Yeah, it's the point. The point that Greg is making, which I think is so critical, is that you're never buying perfection. We're never,
No.
it goes back to the constant training that we always have to have.
Right.
But you got to look by some of what we have to do. Let's go make some profit. Let's take some of that profit and invest it back in the business. And on the outside, because of the demographics, because of the opportunity, because that this place does not look like an automotive shop, there's just too many things on the plus column, Greg.
Yes, there is. And honestly, all of our profits are going back into the building and, the infrastructure and things that we need. There's no extra fluff that we're taking away from this.
Sure.
No matter how well we're doing, it's all going. We're putting in savings or we're putting it in the building, one or the other, because we need something every day. But the opportunity, like I said, the opportunity was just amazing. We took it. The building itself is really good bones, and like you said, nothing's ever perfect, and you always got to modify it. And that's what we're in the middle of doing. So, like I said, it's awesome. It's it's a whole new venture. So,
hey, if you're listening to us on audio, you can see what we saw on my YouTube channel, Carm Capriotto YouTube channel. Appreciate you hanging with us. We're on every podcast listening app that you can imagine. And I know you'll probably bump into this and say, ooh, I want to see what's going on. So you can either go to our website, remarkableresults.biz, look at the homepage. We've got the players everywhere you kind of bump into, so you can't miss a thing. Mr. Buckley, thank you for the holiday wishes in your video. We appreciate that. We appreciate the tour of Shop 2 and the encouragement that you have given the industry that anything is possible if you get a penthouse.
My pleasure. That's right.
Thank you so much, Mike. Now I know why you don't want to go back home, even though you just remodeled your house. Wow.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, we get to do it all down here now. So
it's always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you.
Same here, man. Same here. It's great to get together with you guys. You know that, and I have fun speaking to everybody. You ever get a chance, and they know how to contact me. But a lot of fun as always.
I have a place to stay in Lower Delaware.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Thanks,
And
my
believe
friend.
me, there's a lot of great places that we could go to. So,
All right. All right.
all right.
Thanks.